I know that not all trans women hate women or are misogynist. You guys are living your life and just trying to do what makes you happy. Here's the problem. We can't tell who's a trans woman and who's a man being weird. So they all need to be out of the restroom so that we can protect our safety.
Start off with this topic that has been in the news all week from last week. It's about this transgender woman getting into it with singer Tish Hyman.
There are girls naked in there. Look at them walking in there like it's okay. It's not okay.
A popular singer-songwriter claims she was booted from a Gold's Gym in Los Angeles after getting into a heated, caught-on-camera confrontation with a transgender woman she had filed complaints against for using the women's locker room. The controversy exploded when Tish Hyman posted video of a brief shouting match with the transgender gym-goer, who was dressed in all black and accessorized with a pair of dangling earrings.
No, now he knows how to be a man, right? Now he knows how to be a man. Stay out of the women's locker room. He needs to have his gym membership revoked for that. And the woman told you. He assaulted me. The girl told already. We already filed reports. You can't get rid of me for this. I'm a woman and I have every right to not want a man in the restroom when I'm naked. There are girls naked in there. Look at them walking in there like it's okay. It's not okay.
So that was Tish Hyman's plight, as you saw on camera. You saw the confrontation. And
I agree with her.
I'm totally in agreement.
I agree with her. I mean, because I'm like this. This is the reason why I have a problem with it. Because you're not completely transitioned over. You still have men genitals. So that means if a woman turns around and see you, if that woman, you know, I guess somehow turn your joint is gonna get
react.
hard. It's gonna react. You know what I'm saying? So if you are completely transitioned over, okay, cool, no problem. It's nothing to argue about. But if you still got your man parts,
yes,
I have a problem with that. If I decide like, oh, let me dress up as a woman, I can go up in the bathroom too. Yeah. That's what you're pretty much saying. So until those man parts are gone, you go to a man's bathroom.
In a video filmed by a passerby, Hyman could be seen reaming out the gym staff shortly before she was booted from the facility.
Men, grown men with big dicks in the women's locker room. And that's why I'm getting kicked out. And I want to make sure the girls know.
Exactly. So the singer, Tish Hyman, says, you know, trans people have a right to exist, but she agrees that they need their own locker rooms and their own spaces.
That's
Doesn't make sense to put them in there that's in the same room with women.
Serious question of the day. Should biological men have access to women's locker rooms? Because this conversation isn't about hate. It's about safety and boundaries. The Gold's Gym controversy. I had a very similar thing happen to me. I think a lot of women silence their instincts to avoid offending or upsetting someone. But that's how we end up unsafe. I can completely understand wanting a space where you feel comfortable. Everyone deserves that. However, how are we supposed to distinguish the difference between those who are truly transgender women and those posing as trans with other motives?
And I kind of agree with her because there was an incident around my way in Montgomery County, Maryland, where a dude got arrested for dressing up as a woman and going into women's spaces like women's changing rooms and shit.
A Maryland man was arrested after he was caught in the women's gym bathroom, recording them in the shower, while he himself was disguised as a woman. The Montgomery County Police Department was called to the One Life Gym in Tacoma Park, Maryland, because a woman wanted to report that somebody was recording her while she was in the shower.
Well, you know, you shouldn't hold other people accountable for what these people do, but also at the same time,
you open it up in a Pandora box
exactly
for that type of stuff to happen.
And the crazy thing about this shit is it's strictly a woman issue.
Right.
As a man, I've never been concerned if it don't matter who, transgender man, transgender woman, whatever. I'm not concerned about that in my locker room.
Well, as a woman, am I supposed to feel safe in certain spaces and women's spaces when there's men who choose to identify as a woman, and I'm doing quotation marks, because they don't actually identify as women. They just want to get into women's spaces so they can see women.
Nobody's saying that you don't have a right to exist, but you should not force your lifestyle onto others. If you are making other people uncomfortable, right? Then so that means it's okay for somebody to make you uncomfortable. You can't ask for somebody not to make you uncomfortable just for you to turn around and make somebody else uncomfortable. that doesn't make sense and that will never work.
Yeah. Now, this person that Tish Hyman confronted said that there was a previous incident where she confronted him for being in the women's locker room before. And she said that he said to me verbatim, straight women like to see the D, men's genitalia. So if anything, they're looking at me more than you. That's what she said. He said to her verbatim. And she said she was in complete shock about that. Now, since that incident on Sunday, there's been some new information that has come out about the transgender person that was in the locker rooms with them. Turns out the transgender woman's name is Alexis Black. And that is the name that she chose. Black was sentenced to 1 year in Ohio prison in 2022 after pleading guilty to savagely beating his then wife and breaking her jaw so badly that she was rushed to the hospital for surgery. Now, the 31-year-old, whose name at the time was Kyle Grant Freeman, not Alexis Black, Kyle Grant Freeman, that was his name, had a lengthy rap sheet that included previous domestic charges as well as convictions of trafficking and resisting arrest over Ohio.
Oh, wow.
After serving his sentence, he transitioned and took his ex-partner's name, Alexis. Yes, the same person who now insists on entering women's locker rooms claiming they have every right to be there is the same person once convicted of serious domestic violence.
He chose his wife's name of Alexis. So the woman that he beat and put in the hospital was named Alexis. He assumed her identity as a transgender woman.
And see, so it's just a good thing that you should hear everybody's concerns out. The lady should have never been kicked out. Her gym membership should never been revoked. I hope she sued their ass.
Yeah. She's admitting she's traumatized and felt disrespected. She says she has never been naked in front of men in over 30 years. She's a lesbian and a proud lesbian. The trans person who was in
that's even wilder right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so now look how even more crazy, but it goes right back to what I'm saying. Colorism. She's a lesbian, he's a damn trans, but the only difference is he's white, she's black. She got admonished for her concerns, which was pretty much valid.
Do y'all find it really interesting how TMZ and the mainstream media are trying to juxtapose these two individuals with this recent kind of outrage?
But could you understand her being uncomfortable?
Well, I certainly do not understand it, but I do get the notion of the fear-mongering that she's perpetuated.
A dark-skinned black woman and this white individual. But just based on the actual commentary and also and then paired with the video of Tish reasonably upset and putting that out in the ether and just the optics of it all, look and watch at the games that they are playing with us.
Originally, it looks like this was at a different Gold's Gym. So, this Gold's Gym was in another location. So Tish decided to go to a different Gold's Gym, this one at the Beverly Center, to avoid running into this person again.
And he's following her.
She wasn't so lucky. The following day, while lounging in the sauna and discussing the incident with the 27-year-old woman, Black barged in like a bedroom bully. And it said, "You're talking about me, bitch." This is what Hyman said. She said she and Alexis Black proceeded to scream at each other until staff came in to separate them. And she and the woman she was with each filed reports about the incident. This is the day he said to me that stuff about straight women liking to see D in the locker room. So if anything, they're looking at me more than they're looking at you. And so after this, the gym did nothing to address the troubling behavior with Jim.
Basically, he's doing what we just said. He's pretending to be a trans, but he's acting as a predator. Because if this woman saw you at another location. And LA is big.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? LA is big. So the fact that she goes somewhere else and you are there too, you on some bullshit.
Oh, definitely. So you can tell this person is kind of like stalking her.
Yeah, exactly. He's stalking her.
Yeah, so the gym did nothing to address the behavior. Gym staff claiming they were required by law to let this person use the woman's locker room. And California law says that businesses cannot deny anyone based on their gender preferences. So the staff really can't do nothing based on California state
Only
law.
thing what they need to do is have a locker room strictly for them.
Yeah, I agree in that, but
you have to, because in this case, based off what you are describing, he is following her, and he's intentionally trying to get in a confrontation with her, and they're disregarding what she's saying and her concerns. And even when you got other women that's witnessing it and they're making reports as well, like I said, she's a lesbian, so it's not like that she has any interest. She would be far more cool with him, the fact that he's a trans, but she know he's perpetrating as a trans based off his overly aggressive behavior.
Yeah. Oh, very overly aggressive. So there were multiple incidents of this happening. There was another post-sauna confrontation that required staff intervention, prompting her to post a video of this dude inside the women's locker room on her Instagram again, October 26th, before this incident Sunday. And she said it's worse to be naked in front of a man calling you a bitch. Yeah. That sounds like one of my girlfriend's exes. No. Had to throw that in there. Wow. Tish is now saying she's in fear of this person.
She should be, because like I said, LA is a big ass.
Yeah, that would scare me. If I go to another gym to avoid you,
right.
and you pop up,
and I'm having a conversation with somebody else. I'm not even mentioning your name, and you automatically like, oh, you talking about me, and you are intentionally trying to get.
She was talking about it.
I mean, even if he was,
no, you're right. Bro.
Even if she was talking about him, how in the hell you pop up where the fuck I'm at? I left the gym that where you from, so you're following me.
Now we have another case of Doc Brown wandering into the ladies' dressing room at another gym. It seems like any place where they can go and expose themselves to women is where they want to be.
This is 3 times that you are engaging with this woman, and she has literally gone out her way to, go to another gym, and you popping up at that gym. So you are you're tracking her, and you're trying to bait her and paint her as an angry black woman. In the meantime, you portraying to be a trans. And people are rallying. You had a segment of people rallying around your ass, and you are the clear aggressor. But because she's being portrayed as the angry black woman, you feel what I'm saying? That's why it's easier for it to be digest. And now that information is coming out about this sucker, he's what we've been talking about. He's a dude portraying to be a trans.
Yeah, that's stalking. Like Branson
He's straight up
said.
stalking.
I agree. Now, in addition to that, looks like Tish went on to post that she is now working at Stronghouse Fitness, the first black-owned private sports gym in Hollywood.
All right.
And she shared that on Instagram. Now, I do disagree with that. It's good that she's supporting black business, but if you got a stalker, I would not be posting the new location I'm working out at. Yeah. I don't agree with her doing that. Now, of course, as I mentioned, she's denied being transphobic. She just wants them to have their own place.
Yeah, their own space.
Yeah.
Again, if you still got all your parts, you need to stay in your area that you are born to be, or they have your own bathroom, but you should not be in the opposite sex. Just like I don't believe women should be in men's bathroom, even if they supposed to be transitioning over to be a man. If you still got your woman genital, you should be in a woman's bathroom, or they should have a bathroom for y'all. Simple, because the thing about it is, if something happened that turns violent because you are in somebody else's space, you feel what I'm saying? That's the part that people not understanding. You cannot impose your will on, this is me and you around. Everybody's not going to take that kindly. Some people gonna be conscious and be understanding. Most ain't. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta understand. You talking about billions of people minds on this earth, and there's a lot of them. Now, hey, we don't play that shit. Come in my damn bathroom. None of that shit.